You see, on Friday, they took him and they stretched him high and stretched him wide. And all day Saturday, there was no activity. They thought Jesus really had died.
For Chase Turner.
How's it going? I'm gonna take this thing off.
All right.
Did y'all pray with me?
Yeah.
Whew. Father, I thank you that you're real. Father, that you're intimate. God, that it's not artificial, God, what's being said here, what's being done here, but God, it's your genuine and real spirit, God. It's moving through Joe. It's moving in our hearts and touching us, God. So Holy Spirit, I just ask right now, Lord, that you would touch us in a new way. God, you would mark every person in this room. Even in this moment, God, you would seal up what you're doing already, and you would seal them in a new way, God. Lord, I pray that this religious spirit, this idea that we got to do things a certain way. God, it's got to be like this. It's got to be prim and proper, God. I pray right now that would be crucified and killed in this place, God. So I thank you that you're greater than religion and religion has died. God, I proclaim right now that religion is dead in this place right now. God, I pray that you would expose it in us, God. Every deaf and dumb spirit, every spirit that would come to control and try and manipulate what you're doing, God, we call it out and we say it has no place because you are here. God, let's get to the real. Let's see the reality. Let's behold the glorious dishonor of the cross. God, I thank you. I thank you that you are so real. I thank you, God, that you are real. Let us delight in you in this time, Father. I pray that you would speak to us in a new way, in a fresh way, in a genuine way, Father. Jesus, it's in your name that we pray. It's in your name that we gather. It's in your name that we breathe the very air to our lungs, God.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little off. Maybe I'm a little right, but yeah, I came in a little late. I was back home, and I saw one of my brothers he's working in Florida, and he got to fly in late last night. And where I've got brothers here, I've also got brothers back home that I would bleed for, man. And I kept trying to leave, and then one guy would show up, and then this issue would be brought up, and the Lord was moving. So if that's my excuse for being late, I guess that's my excuse. But the car ride over here, let me tell you, oh my Lord, the Lord has met me in a mighty way on that car ride, man. Yeah, it's crazy. I tell you what, I didn't record it like Joe because I'm not that technologically savvy. I'll just say that. But what I can tell you is that the freedom and the joy and the bliss of just being with the Lord Jesus Christ, that's something that can't be counterfeited. And as soon as I came into Springfield, as soon as I came to this place I've come to way too many times already in my life, I felt the control, I felt the rush, I felt the hurry, I felt the manipulation. I felt it in my spirit, and I felt the quench. I felt it because it's real. I see people, I see them, and North Point's packed out today, and that's, praise God, it's packed out. But it's for being here and I'm just going to be real for a moment. Being here for 3 years, I've recognized in my own life the facade that I call Christianity. So I want to apologize for any of you who are here. This may not go down super easy, but I want to apologize to any of you here. When you got into this thing, if somebody told you it was going to be easy, if you got into Christianity so you could pray a prayer just to get to heaven, because that's not what this is about.
All right.
If we're going to start at the cross, we're going to end at the cross. Okay? You got to understand that. I was listening to this song, and I don't know how you feel about it, but it was metal. I was listening to some metal music on the way over here, and there's a song called "The Cross is Suicide." That's what the name of the song is. And they're proclaiming, these guys, they're proclaiming the reality that at the cross, yes, he died, but also I died. It was a suicide mission that afterwards, it was death. He died. So I know we go there and we dwell upon it so much. We had a beautiful communion service. It was super religious on Thursday, and we dwelled on the cross was gruesome. It was nasty. It was horrible. And my king did not deserve to die in that way.
That's right.
But he wanted to die that way. Right. Understand? He delighted in doing the work of the Father. He delighted in it because he drew us near. Yes. Now I'm starting at the beginning of my message, so this is going to be a weird one. But you got to understand that it's not about routine and religion. It's about the depth of the intimacy. That the Lord, He poured out blood. He suffered greater than anyone. But He also rejoiced and delighted in every last bit of pain, every last bit of suffering, just so He could get close to us and draw us near to Him. So I'm going to start with the first last words of Jesus. Here in Luke 23. It says this. It says, when they came to the place called the Skull, that's terrifying, there they crucified Him and the criminals, one on the right and one on the left. And Jesus was saying to them, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. And they cast lots, dividing up His garments among themselves. And the people stood looking on. And even the rulers were sneering Him, saying, He saved others, let Him save Himself. If this is the Christ of God, His chosen one, the Messiah. The soldiers also mocked Him, coming up to Him, offering sour wine, and saying, If you are the King of the Jews, save yourself. Now there also is a inscription above Him, This is the King of the Jews. Not so many months ago, it was back in the summer, the Lord spoke to me something absolutely profound about this moment. I was on the way back from a trip with my youth group. We went to a water park in Kansas City, and we were playing this game. It's crazy. We were playing this game. We were voting on what the best show was. Everybody would shout out, "Oh, I want this!" And Nacho Libre, if you've seen it, ended up beating the Passion of the Christ out in the semifinals. And I was just, wow, we need to have a revival on the bus. You know what I mean? Like, these kids they're lost. You know. Joking with them, and then I just started to think the image, the image of the cross, the Passion of Christ. It just became so real to me. It was realer than a dream. I could feel what He felt just for a moment. He flashed it before my eyes, and I put my head in the back of the bus seat ahead of me, and I wept, and I wept. And the Holy Spirit, He spoke to me, and this is nuts. This is out of left field. I love it when God does that, though. He says, Chase, what makes you think you can live by your emotions if on that day I didn't? Whoa. And I said, what? What are you saying? I mean, I'm ugly crying, man. It's a mess.
You're walking here, son.
And I said, well, hold on, God. Where is this coming? I mean, I was at a water park, just a few minutes ago. You can't just hit me with this. It was a sucker punch straight to my heart. But actually, it was actually like a defibrillator hitting me because He was bringing me to life. Before I knew real about it. But I sit there and I'm like, what the heck do you mean, God? And you ask what you get what you ask for with God. That's the beautiful thing. But I asked Him, I said, what are you talking about? Living by your emotions? He said, Chase, if I lived by my emotions on that day, I would have called down every angel.
Yeah. Wow.
I would have called down every angel and I would have wiped this place clean. And I would have been fully justified in those actions. I said, what? I said, Chase, because think about it. If I was in that position and I had it, right? And I'm living by my emotions, what I feel. Because don't get this wrong. Don't get this twisted. Jesus felt the worst pain you could ever feel. You don't believe me? Let me walk you to it. I'm going to lead to the moments of, Father, forgive them. They know not what they're doing. So the night before, you see Jesus and He's struggling and He's sweating blood knowing that everyone has left Him. Already in their hearts, everyone has already forsook Him. The faithful one, Peter, is already going to reject Him. Jesus is certain of this. He's sitting there, He's sweating, and He's all by Himself. And He knows that the Roman soldiers are going to be coming. He knows Judas is coming to betray Him. And He's sitting there and He knows He's going to feel the worst pain anyone could ever feel. And He's sitting there and He's saying, Father, take this cup from me. I can't bear it. He said, but Lord, if it's your will, your will be done, right? And we all know that. Look at that. He was staring at freedom. He was staring into the wilderness. He could have ran. If it was me and I'm sweating blood, I'm calling the hospital. I'm flipping out. We're freaking out. We're not even going to get to that point. And He's still staying faithful and He's praying while everyone else is sleeping. He's bleeding out of His pores. Tell me Jesus don't know pain. Then we come in the next day, right? And to make matters even worse for Jesus, they have a criminal, a convicted felon, a murderer next to Him. And Pilate's trying to give Him the out. He's saying, people, okay, if they vote for you, they'll show you. Okay, we'll give it up to them because he's a cop out. He doesn't know what to do. And Jesus right there, they voted for over the King of Kings, over the Son of God, and they let him free. Okay, so now he's been beaten, he's been marred, he's got a crown of thorns driven into his head, none of which is comfortable, might I add you, none of which is very emotionally healthy, might I add you, none of which is pleasing or pleasurable in any way for any of us to endure. He's bearing the cross, and he's crushing, and he's falling under the weight of it. Then he goes up, and he goes, oh, he endures this, captivated by the love of God, and he gets up on that cross. And he gets the nails driven through his hands, and he is mocked. And they say, jump up. They're telling him exactly what he's feeling in his flesh to do. Jump up off that thing. Jump up off that thing. He's been rejected by everyone he loves, forgotten and forsaken. He should be more offended than anyone ever at this point. He looks to his right, and he says, hey, you know, he's going to offer him entrance into the kingdom of God. And this man mocks him because he says, you're not really Jesus. Oh, who are you? And Jesus, he has the audacity. This is what he showed me. He had the faith and the love. Because I'm telling you, I think bottom, like if you want to talk about your bottom, your broken, rock bottom for you, rock bottom of humanity, the peak bottom, the floor of feeling is being rejected by everybody who closely loved you, being betrayed by your lover. Then you are enduring the worst pain ever. You're up on that cross and you are in it. You're in fullness of pain, right? And then you were like, okay, well, with my last ounce of courage, I'm going to be faithful to God, right? And then you get openly rejected and spat on in your face. And he has the audacity to turn to his left and say, what about you? If I'm living by my emotions, he's not getting to heaven. And Jesus, see, and if we were to think about this, this is what got me. Think about this. I'm reading this. We could have completely glossed over that guy. Never would have remembered the man on his left, on the cross next to him. And we all get to heaven. If Jesus, even for a moment, lived by his emotions there, there's one man not in heaven. There's one less man in heaven. And he would have been fully justified, and we would have thought nothing less of it. But see, I think with us, we don't even care. If you want to be honest, we don't even care about that man. We don't even care about him. Because that man's walking down the street. That man is in our dorm rooms. That man's in our own family. That man hates me. That man talks bad about me behind my back. That man is a criminal. That man is I can't deal with that person. Come on. I'm just being honest from my own life. I've done this a million times over, and I've called my life Christian. I've called myself a Christian. But really all I am is I'm sitting here, because if I go back to the beginning, I'm sorry that this is going to take a minute. I go back to the beginning of my walk with God. All the way back in 7th grade at this church lock-in. I go and pray this prayer, and I feel I cry these tears I've never cried before. I say, Jesus, come into my life, and I feel the warmth of the love of God. A genuine moment. And then I spend the next 3 years of my life asking where God's at. I spend the next 3 years of my life wondering why everybody I love left me. I spend the next 3 years of my life wondering why I'm now the worst football player on the team instead of the best. I spend the next 3 years of my life wondering why I'm not so happy like they promised me. Because when I said yes to God, I was genuinely in my heart saying yes to Him, but really what I was saying yes to is all the good stuff He could give me.
All right.
We give this very selfish message of the cross. When we're celebrating Easter, it's really all about us. And we can't even get past the part that our sin's so wicked. He took it. I'm going to tell you right now, you have victory in the name of Jesus, and His blood is sufficient. Come on. So let me get this straight. Maybe this thing's not about praying a prayer. Maybe this thing's not about feeling good. Maybe this thing's not about that. What is it about? It's about pouring oneself out as a drink offering so that someone else might get into heaven. It's about giving God glory with everything that you have. Because that's how people see Him. It's about giving everything, every fiber of your being, right now, with everything you have, to be intimate with the one who died and suffered so you could get to Him. It's not about you. It's really not about you. It's not about me. Who cares about me? We preach such a selfish gospel in this country. Come on. And we make it all about missions and reaching people and these gimmicks of, man, we get the youth in and we'll play the good music. Nothing sets a person free apart from the love of Jesus. Nothing can fulfill someone like the love of Jesus. Because if so, what's the point, right? What is the point? Every time we contemplate on our shortcomings over and over again, especially after we're saved, all we're doing is crucifying Jesus over and over again.
Wow.
We're saying it wasn't sufficient. Let me go get myself good. Let me go get myself right. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we do.
Because we make it about us and our efforts. Let me tell you something. There is not a righteous man on this earth. Not one. No one's deeds are righteous. That's what the Scriptures say. So we can get past that. Stop feeling bad about yourself. But what I can tell you is He died for you and He forgave you.
Yes,
He forgave you. And He washed you clean. So let me tell you something. If someone's speaking ill about you, who cares?
That's right.
Welcome into the kingdom of God. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Because if Jesus is our example, if Jesus is our baseline, I think He can get over. You know, I think we can, with the power of God being in us, I think we can get over some mean words. Because not a one of us has suffered to the point of shedding blood, as Paul says. Come on. What is this about? So, I'm coming out guns blazing on the first one. And I know these guys are going to just take it higher. But let us understand something. This gospel, this cross, we're not just doing Easter here.
That's right.
That's not what this is. That is stupid. That is absolute foolishness. I'm going to be honest.
All right.
Man, I decorated eggs as a kid, but what's that about? Like,
Come on.
I never once got to know the love of the Father by decorating an egg.
That's right.
Like, I mean, granted, it's innocent, it's good, it's whatever, but you know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
So,
Amen.
That's okay.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of these vain things. I'm so tired, and I'm not to get on a diatribe here, but I gotta understand. You have to see this. We have to wrestle with the gravity of this. I go to a school, and I love everyone who attends that school. I love the school. I used to hate it. I used to be miserable in this place. I love this school. I love everything that God has called me to do there. But I wrestle with this thing that we spend all our time, all our effort trying to preach good sermons. We do spend all our time, all our effort making good sermons, getting good knowledge and getting this wisdom, which are all good things. We spend all our time and all our efforts doing these good things, trying to do good works and all those things which are good and honorable to God. Save people and build churches and be missionaries and perfect our musical craft. But what I can tell you, and on the football team, we spend all our time trying to get our might and our strength up. But we serve a God who, but in a moment, can impart upon you all the wisdom of the world. Who in a moment can impart upon you all the strength you're ever going to need. Who in a moment can give you all the talent you're ever going to need. And you don't have to work for it. Come on. Ask Solomon. Ask Peter.
Yes.
Come on.
That's right.
But see, we spend all our breath, all our thought life, doing those things, and we miss God in the process.
Amen.
We've become all too familiar with a God we hardly even know, who died and suffered and bled and took the worst pain ever for one reason.
Yes,
Okay, granted, yes, we are sinful, yes, and He is just, and He paid the price and atoned for our sin, because He's just and He's good like that. But you got to understand, the reason He did this was to reconcile us back to the Father and to bring back what was lost, which was us. He died to know us and for us to know Him. And everything outside of that, I'm sorry, is vanity. Because the only thing that's going to matter when you're in heaven is how well you know Him.
Come on. All right.
Amen.
Now, come on. Let's not be about the performance when we're here. I'm talking to myself. Because do I got this thing down? Absolutely not. But I know where my aim is. And I see it on the horizon. And I'm not deviating from the course. Things try to trip me. Sometimes I may stumble. But I know I'm going for the fullness of all that He has for me. He says it's for freedom's sake that I've been set free. So I believe in Him for every last bit of freedom. Because freedom is either completely free or you're a prisoner. You're either free or you're a prisoner. So stop being a prisoner of the things of this world, other people's opinions, your feelings, your emotions, all this junk which is carnal, it's worldly and it's fleshly. Let's be delivered from it like He delivered us on that damn Calvary. This thing is not about, it's not about the pain, it's about the rejoicing of the resurrection and the life that He gives us from it.
Yes, Lord.
So when He says, Father, forgive them for they know not what they're doing, we were ignorant. But let me tell you, after this, you've got to come into the light. You're accountable for these words. Grace is sufficient and it covers you. And His blood has atoned for everything. All of the bad things, all of the good things in your life, they've all been redeemed. So they're all equal. You're past every last bit of it. The most righteous things you do or the most filthy things you've ever done are all covered under the blood. For this moment in time, I pray that right now, if right now will be a defining moment in eternity, that you have an intimacy and our closeness with God, and all the facade, all the fakeness, all the things we've made it would die. All the religion and all the pull it has on you to perform would die. Because that's what I'm believing is happening right here in this moment. Because I know 2,000 years ago He did it.
Yes, He did.
So it's free. It's here.
Yeah.
All we got to do is receive it.
Amen.
Yeah. Come on now.
So Father, I thank you. I thank you that your sacrifice is sufficient. Father, I just ask right now for forgiveness.
Yes, Lord.
I ask for forgiveness for all the things that I've made it. God, all the gimmicks. God, all these things about it's about me. It's about me being right. God, I pray that you would sit down deep inside me, God. And you would root out all the selfishness, Father. Father, that you would remove all the things, God, like Peter, God, where you were the best thing ever to happen to Peter, God. And you were the best thing ever to happen to me, God. But there's times where I've made this thing all about me, God, and not about you and your kingdom. So Father, I pray that in this time we would get out of a religious mindset and we put on a kingdom mindset, God. You called and you died us and you called us and you ushered us into the kingdom by your blood and by your sacrifice and by your pain. So Father, I'm tired of acting like a slave when you've said I'm free. So Lord, I pray and I preach and I proclaim deliverance from the bondage of this world in every which context, every way, God. I proclaim freedom, God, to the bottom of every person's toes in this place, God. That they would rejoice in a fresh freedom, God. That they would rejoice in a fresh intimacy, God. Because that is all that your heart desires. That is what your heart bleeds for, God. So Lord, I pray that as we draw near to you, God, and you draw near to us, God, everything would change, everything would fade, everything would fall away, God. So I rejoice and I thank you gladly for the freedom that you died and you paid such a heavy price for. Lord, it's in your name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
Yes. Amen. Yes, yes, yes. Amen.
Thank you, Jesus.
Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. Man. And as he was talking, I don't know if you guys understand. Man. There came a shaking, there came a rocking and a rolling. There was somebody that was guarding the beginning